Hey, how's it going, guys? Mr. Boss for the win here, and in today's Grand Theft Auto 5 video, I'm going to be talking to you guys about the top 5 most underrated vehicles in GTA 5 and Grand Theft Auto Online. Now, this is my personal top 5. It is, of course, not an official top 5 of the most underrated cars in the game. And when I mean underrated, I either mean underutilized or not used as frequently, or it's given like a negative thought or a negative viewpoint before people really get to drive it a lot, or there might be a car that's better than this one, so people choose to ignore it. That's kind of what I mean by underrated. And for my criteria today, I'm basing it off a few things: performance, customization, looks, uniqueness, all sorts of criteria. And of course, again, it is my personal one. So in the comment section, I'd love to hear from you guys on what you think some of the most underrated cars are. And I've also got a few more of these top 5 series ideas for vehicles and whatnot in Grand Theft Auto Online. So if you guys really enjoyed this series, definitely let me know by leaving a like rating on the video. And with that out of the way, let's get into the first car. So our first car we're going to be covering today is actually the Voltic, and it is our only supercar on the list. Now, the reason I'm including the Voltic on here is for a few reasons. One of them is because it is the 8th fastest supercar, and a lot of people might look at this and say, well, wait a minute, it's the 8th fastest supercar. Why would I ever consider using this in a race? Well, you need to know that on the supercars from 1st place to 8th place, which is where the Coil Voltic is, it's only a fraction of a few seconds, and between like 1st and 4th place, it's literally like milliseconds. So you hardly notice the difference, and to each car is its own, meaning your own personal preference kind of determine which one you like best. And also due to the fact that the Coil is an electric car, that kind of turns people off a little bit. They want this powerful, fast supercar that I enjoy as well. But the Coil is pretty epic. It's got some cool customization features, and like I said, it's electric, so it hardly makes any noise, yet you go so fast. It's one of the quickest, smallest, and quietest cars in the game, and that's why it's on my list for some of the most underrated cars in GTA 5. Up next, we've actually got a car in the coupe or coupe category, and that is going to be the Ubermacht Zion. And I know the coupe category is overlooked in general. I know there was a new coupe added with the Anus Windsor, but this car is extremely overlooked because it's not one of the most flashiest vehicles, certainly doesn't have the best customization options, but the Ubermacht Zion is by far the fastest coupe, and it can keep up with a lot of the two-door sports cars as well, which is why I think it is underrated. Its speed is very much underrated, and its look as well. Like I said, you can do a few things to this vehicle to make it look nice, but the reason I'm putting it on this list is because you wouldn't think of it as a car that can not only keep up with all the coupes being number 1, but also a lot of the other two-door vehicles in the sports car category, which is insane. And I really do like that about this vehicle. It's a nice combination of class, style, luxury, and speed, and that's why it's on this list as some of the most underrated cars, and of course, GTA 5. Up next, we've got the Bravado Buffalo S, and I know what you're saying, like, doesn't everyone know about this vehicle? And yes, a lot of people do, and that's why it's kind of overlooked in Grand Theft Auto Online, because it is Franklin's vehicle from the campaign. Now, the reason I like this is because it is one of the fastest and best looking 4-door sports cars in the game. It's unique because it's 4 doors, so you can fit 3 of your friends inside of the car, has tons of modifications in the Los Santos custom shop, and is actually pretty speedy, and a bulky car as well, so it can absorb pretty much a lot of damage before this car is going to be ended up destroyed. So I really do like this car. I loved it from day one when I played as Franklin in the campaign, and I was really glad when Rockstar added this into Grand Theft Auto Online. It wasn't recent, but it certainly wasn't in GTA Online from the beginning, so that's why I really like it. Some people either might have missed it, or didn't even know that it was in the game. They just might have only known about the regular Buffalo, or they might have completely skipped the campaign and have no idea what this car is. So the Buffalo S, pretty underrated for its size, speed, and also ability to carry 3 people and 3 of your best friends. Up next, we've got another sports car, and that is the Benefactor Feltzer, and this car has some unbelievable customization. That's like kind of half of why I really love this vehicle. The Benefactor Feltzer, sports car that you don't really think of when you think of sports cars. You think of the Elegy, maybe even the Buffalo S, certainly the Massacro, and this car is pretty awesome in terms of what its customization can do. Now, a little of some of it kind of looks sort of wacky. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if I had this car in real life, I wouldn't want some of this customization on here, but nevertheless, you can do a lot of stuff, and that's what makes it pretty cool. And it is the 5th fastest supercar behind those of like the Elegy and the Massacro. So while it does look cool, it's also pretty dang fast. And like I said, with the sports and the supercars, it is sometimes hard to really tell the difference between the 5th, or that being the 8th, and the 2nd and the 3rd, because they're only separated by a matter of milliseconds, seconds in some case. So the Benefactor Feltzer looks great, amazing customization, and pretty freaking fast too. And finally, we've got the Blade. The Blade was one of my favorite vehicles from the I Am Not a Hipster update, and when you think of this car, you certainly don't think of it for its speed, but that's where you're wrong. The Blade is actually the 3rd fastest muscle car behind the Dominator and the Dukes. Would you believe that? It is an insanely fast vehicle. It looks great. It's a throwback car from San Andreas, and a lot of people might have missed it because A, they didn't get it when the Hipster DLC came out, which, believe it or not, was over a year ago, or they might just not buy it, one, due to the price tag, or due to the fact that it doesn't look like it's going to be a really fast vehicle. But it has great customization, it looks unique, and it's pretty fast for a muscle car, so that's why it's on this list as one of the most underrated cars in GTA 5 for its looks and performance in the muscle car category. Anyways, that's all the cars that I'm going to be covering today in the top 5 most underrated cars in GTA 5 and of course Grand Theft Auto Online. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comment section down below on what you think are some of the most underrated ones as well, and of course explain your reasoning, and I might do a part 2. But again, let me know by leaving a like on the video if you want me to do something else like this, and of course subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new to like daily Grand Theft Auto 5 videos like this. With all the way guys, like I said, thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.